Hey, what's going on, my Western World One community? Check it out, man. I had got a notification, and I'm gonna read it from Yahoo News. It says that the coronavirus whistleblower had died, and I'm just gonna read a little bit. All right. It says here in Hong Kong on Thursday night, Dr. Lee Wenliange. If I'm saying it correctly, I'm just gonna say Dr. Lee. Dr. Lee, heart stopped. Only 34 years old, normally in good health. Lee had become a hero to millions of Chinese for his efforts in December to warn about the coronavirus outbreak in Wuhan. And because of his popularity, aware that his death from the same sickness might spark nationwide acrimony, the physician overseeing his treatment spent more than 3 hours trying to resuscitate Dr. Lee. According to an individual who was in the room and later spoke to a local reporter, one of the doctors trying to keep Lee alive ordered the others, buying time for the organization, China's leadership, to respond. In other words, authorities wouldn't allow Lee to officially die. Even as his body gave out, the Chinese Communist Party manufactured a narrative of gallant attempts to keep him breathing. And they were right to be concerned, because Dr. Lee is now viewed by the public not only as a victim of a raging epidemic he tried to stop, but as a free speech. Wow. I'm going to leave a link in the description below, man, so you can check it out. But basically, man, Dr. Lee, man, the reason why they viewed him as a hero, and I'm just going to say a little bit about his story, was that this guy here, man, was one of the few doctors that's considered to be a whistleblower, and Chinese or China leadership tried to cover it up. You know, they stopped him. They basically told Lee, when he sent out a text message to his peers, letting them know, like, hey, man, be safe, man. This SARS coronavirus is something that we never seen before, and to protect yourselves, it got with the Chinese authorities, and they you know, they contracted, well, not contracted, but they tracked down Lee, and they asked him to stop, you know, sending out these text messages, because they didn't want it to get out to the public yet, or they didn't want the public to know what was going on. They like to keep things under wraps, allegedly, from what I hear or what I've seen or read, according to CNN. That Chinese, you know, leadership like to keep things like under wraps. So when they did that, they asked Dr. Lee basically, hey, where did you know, where's the patient? And the patient told them, yo, it's, you know, it was in Wuhan's market, so that's where they found the virus at, and they, you know, they shut it down. The police authorities went there, they shut it down or whatever. And meanwhile, Dr. Lee had contracted this virus. I guess he wasn't protecting himself. You know how you do a checkup, you know, he probably didn't have on no gloves or something, or maybe he did. It's just that the virus, now that we know, and I'm gonna read, it's a droplet. I'm gonna read that, what it is. But anyway, Dr. Lee, when he, you know, was made aware of what was going on with the coronavirus, he had contracted the SARS of it. That later on, the people that was coming from Wuhan market, they was getting sick, and so now that's how the outbreak had became. You know, it went nationwide basically with what's going on. And I want to read what it was, because, you know, it was a YouTuber. I was looking at her video, and I want to shout her out, but, you know, I just got to get the okay before I do all that. But she did have in her presentation, she was just saying that, you know, from a news clip that I did see that she had posted up, saying that, you know, by you wearing a mask or, you know, walking around, you know, with these surgical masks or whatnot, that it's just scaring the people, because they looking at you like you may have it, and you might have on a mask, looking at the, you know, at the public like, no, y'all the ones that have it, you know, and going forth, you know, so forth from there. So they're saying basically, you know how to protect yourself. But then when I was like, okay, what is a coronavirus droplet? So it's basically a virus droplet, okay, DROPLET, And when I looked it up, it was just basically what people were saying. It's a droplet transmission occurs when bacteria or virus travel on a relatively large respiratory droplet that people does by sneezing, cough, drip, I guess when your nose running, or exhale, like when you release it, when you're blowing out something, you could catch it that way too. So, but when you wearing these little masks or whatever, they saying that the virus is so small it could get through those holes. All right. Now it said that the virus travels in a short distance before settling in. So that means usually less than 3 feet. So anything past 3 feet. And I'm looking at it like, okay, if you're in the streets and you see a car, the car is really the space between the street and the curb. The sidewalk, the curb. So that's like 3 feet wide. Or if you look at it like if you're in a, if you're in a 2-seater, or if you're sitting in a 3-seater, it's like probably like, let's say you in the driver's seat, then you got the passenger seat, and then if you open up the door, the curb, that's like 3 feet from the driver to the curb. It's like 3 feet as well. And that's a guesstimation, so please, you kind of really pretty much recognize how far 3 feet is. But yeah, but the virus, before it starts settling in, it travels no less than 3 feet, so to speak. You can look this up yourself. I looked it up. I put, what is a virus droplet or droplet? I'm sorry, I keep saying triplet. What is a virus droplet? I'm sorry. And it'll pull it up, and you can look this up. And I'll throw a little link in the description below from some of the stuff that I had gathered. But other than that, man, I will keep you posted. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. I will be dropping it, whether it's going to be video or audio. I'm going to drop whatever I can, when I can, however I can. And, man, I just want to say, man, shout out to everybody that subscribed to me, man. I really appreciate you guys, man. You just don't know. I really like it if you guys comment even more, man. I do respond back to my comments or whatnot. So, yeah, so it's me. All right? And I just want to just show my gratitude. Okay, well, thank you, man. Appreciate you, man. I'm going to keep you posted and updated on some more news that come my way. Peace.